Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, dear students. This is Miss Layla Al-Jihani. Inshallah, today we will continue our unit. Today, inshallah, we will cover lesson 4, language in context. Before we start, let's recall what we covered in our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we covered the grammar. Do you remember what we covered? Excellent. We covered the gerunds. How do we form the gerund? Verb plus ing. And the gerund, does it work as a verb in the sentence? No, it works as either a subject or an object. It functions as a noun in the sentence, okay? And also, we expressed actions that have happened in the past. We also learn how to use present perfect with already, yet, and just. The present perfect we already covered. How do we form it before? But here the difference is using already, yet, and just. And we learned the difference between the uses of these words, okay? Inshallah, today by the end of the lesson you will be able to form, this is part of our grammar, we didn't cover it last class, so this is part of the grammar. Form two-word verbs, we call it sometimes phrasal verbs. Also, you will be able to use two words verb form in full sentences and list annoying things you can't stand. This is what we are covering in our lesson. Before we start, I gave you a homework, page 112. Here you have to use this example to ask a question and an answer using the present perfect with already, yet, and just. This is what they want from you. I'm sure you did it, so I will just go through the answers. I will read the answers only. Number 1, has Adil done the grocery shopping yet? The answer will be yes, he has already done the grocery shopping. Number 2, we have this question, have Adil and Faris already put their jackets in the closet? No, they haven't put their jackets in the closet yet. Look through all the other answers, copy it down, write it down on your notebook, check your answers. And this is for exercise C. Now moving on to exercise D. Here you have to complete the sentences about Ahmed. You have to use the verb form in the box. So you have to use one of these verbs, plus you have to change the verb between brackets, okay? Like for number 1, the answer, enjoy living. Number 2, miss having. 3, keep thinking. 4, finish cleaning. This is for the first paragraph. The second paragraph, we have another list of verbs. So number 5, hate being. 6, enjoys living. 7, avoids talking. And 8, keeps using. Okay, for the last 2 paragraphs, we have number 9, can't stand living. Number 10, keeps throwing. And 11, stop using. 12, avoid going. The last one is 13, enjoy living. Okay, this is it for exercise D, and this is it for our homework. I want you now to open your books. We will just finish this part related to grammar. The last, we have 3 parts in our grammar. The third part, it's related to this one. You can find it in page 40, if you can open your books, page 40. Look at these 2 verbs. Can we read it together? The first one, sit down, okay? And here we have the verb run, okay? Both express what? They are what? Are they nouns? No, they are verbs. صح? They express actions. But what is the difference between the 2? Can you tell me the difference other than the meaning? Yes, here we have two words, and here we have one word, okay? This is a regular verb. Here, the two words, we call it two-word verbs, okay? Some people call it phrasal verbs, okay? We call it two-word verbs. How do we use it? How do we structure it? We will learn everything together, okay? So the first statement, we can read it together. Two-word verbs are common in English. They are very common. They have verb plus particle. So you have two parts, the actual verb and the particle. You can say stand up, sit down. The particle can either be a pronoun, what do we call it? Like on, in, down. This is how we form it, like drive away, okay? Now, sometimes we have an object in the sentence, okay? Object pronouns always come between the verb and the particle. يعني إيش يا miss? We have object pronoun, we put it here in the middle between the main verb and the particle. We put the object pronoun between the two words, verbs, okay? What are the object pronouns? Me, us, you, him, her, it, and them. يعني if we have a direct object like these, which is pronouns like these, we put it in the middle between the verb and the particle. The direct object pronoun comes between the two parts of the two words verb. This is what we said. It comes here in the middle. It cannot come after the particle. We cannot put these pronouns when we have it. We can't put it here after it. And we cannot put it before. It has to be between the verb and the particle. This is the most important thing you have to know when we are forming two words verbs, okay? Let's look at the sentences. These are examples, and you can see it in, when you open your books. Turn down the TV. We have the verb and the particle. Turn down the TV. TV here, it's the object. Is it a pronoun? No, it's not a pronoun. Turn the TV down. So when it is not a pronoun, we can put it at the end or in the middle. Both are correct. But like here, turn it down. It here, it's a pronoun. So it has to be in the middle, okay? Put away your clothes. Your clothes is the object of the sentence. Put verb, particle. It can be the end of the sentence, and it can be between the two words. Put your clothes away. Here we have, in the last statement, we have a pronoun. So we can't put it here at the end. We only put it in the middle. Put them away. Okay, hopefully these examples makes everything easier. Now, look at the exercise. Let's try to transfer what we learned into the exercise. Rewrite each sentence with two words verb in two ways. يعني we have to write you have an example, you have to write it in two ways, okay? Like what, ya miss? Turn on the TV. How can we change it? How can we have three ways, صح? The first way here, turn on the TV. The TV is the object. We can put it where? In the middle. Turn the TV on. And also we can change it into a pronoun. Turn it on. Okay? Look at the other exercises and try to write it down, rewrite it, change it. If it's not a pronoun, you can change the location either at the end of the sentence or in the middle between the two words. If it's a pronoun, you have to think about the pronoun. If it's is it plural? What kind of pronoun is it? Okay, then put it in the middle. Like here, when we are referring to TV, we used it. Okay? Here we used it. Now, number one, put away the toys. Where is the two words verb? Excellent. Put away is the two words verb, and the toys is the object of the sentences. But how can we write it in another way? We can say, excellent, put the toys, we can put the toys in the middle, put the toys away, or put them away. This is one way, two ways to write it down. Number two, we have clean up. This is the two word verb, and the mess is the object. How can we change it? We can say clean the mess up or clean it up. Okay? Number three, take out is the two words verb. The garbage is the object of the sentence. Take the garbage out or take it out. Number four, turn the light off or turn it off. Five, threw away is the two words verb. These old shoes. This phrase is working as a pronoun, working as the object of the sentence. So we can say throw these old shoes in the middle away, or throw them away. Okay, this is it for exercise C. Now moving on to our lesson, which is language in context. Okay, let's look at the picture. Can you open your books, page 42, please? Okay, let's look at this picture, and you have a different picture on your book. صح? You can see a queue or a line of people. They are standing. Okay, where do you think these people are when you're looking at your books? They are standing in a line. Where do you think? They are in front of the gate. They are going to the airplane. They are going inside the airplane. They are traveling. So they are standing in a line, a long queue. Have you ever stood in a long queue like this one? Did this happen to you before? You stood for a long time? It did happen? Where were you? If it did happen to you before, where were you? Were you? Some said hospital. Some said in the airport. Okay, the bus stop. Okay, so it depends. I think most of us, we struggled when the shopping malls and the supermarkets are very crowded. We stand in a very long queue, especially in Ramadan. صح? So this is, we did stand in a long time. This happened to all of us, I believe. So when you stand in a long queue, does this annoy you? Does this annoy you? Does it bother you? Does it make you angry a bit? Or it's okay? Okay? So if it does annoy you, does it annoy you a little bit? Or a lot? Or it doesn't bother you at all? Okay, this answer should be based on you. It depends on your personality. صح? Some people, they are very patient, they are very calm, so they don't mind waiting. They can use their phone and they are very calm, smiling. Some, they get really angry. Okay, they get really angry when they are standing in a long queue. They are impatient. Okay, so they don't have. They can't be relaxed. They are looking around. They are waiting. They are maybe shaking their legs impatiently. Okay, so it depends on the personality of the person. Okay, the reaction. What kind of things really bother you? If standing we said that standing in a line for a long time, it can bother us. صح? Can you tell me other things that bother you, that make you angry? Can you tell me? Excellent. You said when someone uses your things without asking. This annoys you, صح? But some people, they say, it's okay, I don't mind if people use my things. It depends on our character, our personality, صح? What other things? We said using your things without asking. When someone checking your phones. Do you like someone checking your phone, looking at your phone, looking at your emails? some say, I don't mind, I don't have anything to hide. Some would say, it's really bothered me. So it depends, as we said, on our character, okay? Now, here in our language and context, the lesson, you can see this on your book, page 42. Mark the things that annoy you. You have to put a tick on the things that make you angry, okay? That bother you, okay? Annoy you, okay? Then compare your list with a partner. When you finish checking, ask each other questions. Does this bother you? Maybe your friend will say yes. Maybe you will say, I don't mind, just a little bit, not a lot, okay? So it depends. You have to see what bothers your friend and what annoys your friend, so you will not do it to him, صح? Or her, okay? So here there is we will read it together. I can't stand it when people show up late. If you are in maybe going to the dentist and you are waiting for your appointment, they will say wait, and because the person before you, they come up very late, they showed up very late, and you had to wait extra time, although you came early. Does that annoy you? Does it bother you? Imagine if you are in your teacher's shoes. If you are standing in there like them, inshallah, in the future you will be dentists, doctors, you will go to meetings. When you go and you show up early and people come late, does it annoy you or it's okay? If it does, put a tick, okay? Now, the second one, I can't stand it when people don't put things away. This is, we can see it around the house, right? Or maybe in our classrooms. When it's our break time, it's our breakfast time. Some students, they leave their things and they go. Some students, they put it inside their bags and then they go. Does it bother you if people leave their things around? When you go inside the house, does it bother you when you see your brother or your sister throw their things away? Throw it on the floor, on the sofa. Does it bother you? If it does, put a tick, okay? Here there is no right or wrong answer. The answer should be based on your character, okay? Your personality. I can't stand it when people don't give back what they borrowed, okay? Like if someone says, I want to borrow your laptop, okay? For example, your brother or your sister, and they are using your laptop, okay? They lock their room and they go to sleep and you need your laptop. You're knocking, they're not responding. So does it bother you when they borrowed, they didn't give it back? Or someone borrows money from you, they didn't give it back? Does it annoy you or it's okay? Now, for the fourth one here, does it annoy you when people don't clean up after meals? We can see it a lot when we go to malls. You can see it if you go to the food court. When you sit down, you can see people eating, صح? Some people, they just stand up and leave their things on the table and they walk away, صح? Some people, they pick up their things, they throw it in the trash. Which one are you? And if you clean up after yourself, does it bother you when people don't do it? Or it's okay? Or around the house, when you're having lunch with your family, some, when they finish, they just stand up and leave. صح? Does it bother you that you have to pick up everything after them? If it does, put a tick. I can't stand it when people don't take out the garbage. When people don't take out the garbage. Who is responsible? Every one of us in our houses, they are responsible for things. We have our chores, صح? So does it bother you when you don't, no one take out the garbage? You have to do it. or it's okay, you don't mind taking it out. Put a tick if it does. Does it bother you when you use up all the milk, sugar, etc.? When people use the milk and they just throw the can and leave, they don't buy something else. They don't say, we don't have milk, please buy milk. They just use it and they don't care. Does it bother you if someone used all the sugar, all the milk, or it's okay? Think about it. Put a tick on the things you think it bothers you. Compare your answers with a partner, your friend. And then let's think about other things that can bother us, okay? Now, here I have a list of 2 words verb. We can use it to tell each other what else does it bother us, okay? We have give back, means return, like give back the money, for example, you return the money, okay? Hang up, place on a hook or a hanger, okay? Hang up, like if you take off your abaya or take off your thobe, you hang it or you throw it on the floor, okay? Leave out means omit or delete. Look over, review or examine. This is the meaning of look over. You review something. You look up, look at the difference. Look over means review, revise, okay? Look up means search for. You look up for the information. You use Google to look up for the information. Pick out, choose or select. Pick up, lift, gather or collect. When you pick up, you are collecting things. Take off means remove, like taking off your clothes, for example, or your bag. Take off your abaya. Throw away, get rid of, or discard. You throw it away, okay? Turn down or turn up. You can say turn down mean lower the volume. Turn it down, make it lower. Or turn up means increase the volume, make it higher. Turn on and off, on, start the power. Turn off means stop the power, okay? These are a list of words. We can use it to describe the things that annoy us, okay? Here I wrote an example. You can write it in sentences or you can have it as a conversation between you and your friend to practice the 2-word verb and telling us what does annoy you, what doesn't bother you, okay? Muhammad and Salman are 2 students who are studying in USA. Let's hear what Muhammad said. What do you miss most about Saudi, Salman? Salman, I guess it's my family. Do you see your family often, Muhammad? Well, I call them every night. I can't stand when they don't pick up. Here I used pick up. When they don't pick up the phone, it bothers Muhammad, the phone. I miss my mom's cooking. I don't like eating in the college cafeteria. I sometimes look up some recipes to cook myself. So he's using the internet to look up for recipes. Salman, me too. I miss eating my mom's food, but I hate cooking. Do you miss playing football with your friends, Muhammad? He's asking. Let's hear what Muhammad said. Muhammad, well, I don't like football, and in our dorm, you have to turn the volume down. Here I use turn down, and I put the object of the sentence in the middle. When you play video games. Salman, you know what I hate most about living abroad? The cleaning. I used to take off my clothes and throw them, here also, throw them everywhere. So take off, it's a 2-word verbs. Muhammad, I don't mind cleaning, but I hate sharing a room. I've always had my own room. I miss having my privacy, and I can't stand hanging up my clothes and throwing away the garbage on a regular basis. He doesn't like it when he does it often. Well, I can't wait till I graduate and go back to my family. Here we used variety of two-words verbs. We sometimes put the object of the sentence in the middle, and sometimes we use it as it is. So you have the option to change and use many two-word pronoun two words verbs to express your feelings, the things that annoys you, that you can't stand. Now, for your homework, you have to do page 114. Okay, what did we cover in our lesson today? We learned how to form two words verbs. We call it phrasal verbs sometimes. We learned how to use these two words verbs form in full sentences. We learned how do we structure a sentence using this grammar. List annoying things that you can't stand. We listed the things that we can't stand, we hate when people do. This is what we covered in our lesson. And for the fun fact today, Japan records the most earthquakes of any country in the world, but the most earthquake actually occurs in Indonesia. So Japan, they recorded, when they have an earthquake, they record it, they mentioned, we have an earthquake. But Indonesia, they don't do it, although they do have more earthquake. Japan, the record, they have a higher record of earthquakes. This is a fun fact, hopefully something new and fun to learn. That's it for today. Thank you for listening, and inshallah I will see you next class.